It's interesting how the same group of people who have been screaming trust the science for over a year, despite the fact that what they're advocating for has little or nothing to do with any type of hard data at all, as soon as they're presented with incontrovertible biological facts, it shifts from trust the science to how dare you. You can't say that. You're a bigot if you say something like that. If you say something like a biological male is different from a biological female, but that's exactly what's happening. And it's the same hypocrisy we see all the time from the left-wing cancel culture mob. Because in this case, we have a Disney actress, a Hollywood actress who normally would be praised by the left-wing echo chamber, a female person of color, so stunning, so brave, until she says something that doesn't align with their echo chamber, then they want her canceled. And that's what's going on right now. Cancel mob attacks Disney actress Natasha Ward, who said, stop, quote, pretending trans women are not men, end quote. And this is all coming back to Leah Thomas. Now, if you want to hear more about sports, or if you want to hear more of my coverage on Leah Thomas specifically, head over to Sports Wars. We have talked a lot about that topic because this is a case of a biological male who competed for 3 years as a man in college before deciding they wanted to identify as a woman, and then a year later competing against biological women and destroying them in competition, getting a lot of backlash for it, so much so that they decided to intentionally lose the next couple finals that they took part in. But I digress. Let's get into this topic. Disney-owned ABC drama Station 19 star Natasha Ward, a former University of California Irvine track and field athlete, said, quote, pretending that trans women are not men who have a biological advantage in their place, an undue burden on biological women, is make-believe and is not science or fact. This is rare from a Hollywood actor. Now a cancel mob is in a full-fledged attack mode against her. Natasha Ward posted a lengthy Instagram message, and I do have some of that right here. Let's pull this up. Natasha Ward, an actress on the Disney ABC show Station 19 and a former athlete, posted this. We need to have this conversation. Supporting hashtag trans freedom does not mean it's okay to violate the rights of biological women. And I think that the vast majority of people, when I say the vast majority, I mean 98, 99% of people agree wholeheartedly with the fact that women should be competing against women. And that when a biological male enters the equation, regardless of what transition they've gone through, that doesn't stop 20, 22 years of building muscle mass, of different bone structure, of different heart capacity, lung capacity. All of these things do not change simply because you choose to identify in a different way. And Natasha Ward saying the same thing a lot of people are. That doesn't mean that you're opposed to them existing or anything like that. But when it comes to a competition, it's destroying female athletics. She is a former athlete herself. That's probably why she's so passionate. When your truth trumps the truth and forces me to pretend it's not a lie, we have a very real problem. In the long run, women will have to take illegal substances in order to beat biological men identifying as women in women's sports, pushing women out of the upper echelons of elite sports entirely, as we biologically cannot compete apart from enhanced substances, forcing women to endanger their health. That is science, that is fact. Your truth is not the truth when it infringes upon facts and places an undue burden which displaces my rights. We have gone too far. Now, we start to see some different people, putting their 2 cents in. Station 19 is a fictional place, but I'm a real person, so I'll comment. There's 2 sides to this argument. The side of love, understanding, empathy, and support. And the side of bigotry, ignorance, misinformation, and transphobia. Miss hashtag Natasha Ward, you are on the wrong side. And this, of course, continued. Now, Natasha Ward, this is a picture of a trans athlete dominating women right there. This is a picture of Natasha Ward, obviously in very good shape, former athlete herself. Let's go through a couple of these other responses. This is replying to Station 19. Natasha Ward deserves to be held accountable for what she said about trans women. You can't have a show and cast that celebrates diversity whilst having a known transphobe in the cast. Do better. Oh my gosh, this person literally said do better. Please put the clap emojis in there. Please do what you must. What is wrong with you? Hashtag Natasha Ward. This is downright degrading to trans women. No one's taking away COS women. Is this cis? It's probably supposed to be cis. You can just say normal if you want. Rights by being trans. I don't feel violated. This is basically saying that trans women aren't real women. You might want to get rid of her. Calling for her to be fired. You'd think the casting directors of Station 19 would have made sure their actors were fully supportive of LGBTQ plus community. Why didn't you put the I and the A in there? That's very offensive. You didn't consider them important enough to put their letters in there. Just saying, given that most of their views come from us. I'm disgusted at the actions of Natasha Ward and frustrated that this is happening. If Natasha Ward isn't fired for this, I'll do it myself. I don't know exactly what that means, but look at the outrage from the alphabet community. The alphabet community, once again, trying to get someone fired for having a mainstream take. Guess what? That take is not controversial. What Natasha Ward said is not controversial in any way. It may be controversial for someone in Hollywood to do it. It may be that, and since then, she's privated her Instagram. These people have come after her over and over and over again because they're not used to someone from Hollywood actually saying something like that because they're too scared. People in Hollywood, actors and actresses in Hollywood are too scared to come out with a normal take because they know what the backlash will be from a very, very fringe part of the activist community online. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. The same people who would literally clap and scream and praise and cry because a woman of color gets a role or something like that and wants her amplified, wants her voice amplified. As soon as she says something wrong, they want her gone. They want her fired immediately, even though what she says is completely mainstream. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Once again, someone else who, I guess, is it brave? Is it brave to say a normal thing in Hollywood? Are we basically at that point? I think we kind of are. Let me know what you think about Natasha Ward's thoughts. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my PO box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.